Tonight at 5, we bring you an update on the investigation into reports of inappropriate communications between a Mount Horeb coach and students.
And a new bill would extend the amount of time kids get for recess in school. We'll hear from local moms about why they're advocating for this change.
Plus, how Wisconsin's legislative Black Caucus kicked off Black History Month at the state capitol today.
You're watching News 3 now at 5. Hello, everybody, and thanks for staying with us.
Well, we have an update on a story we brought you last night about the Mount Horeb police investigating, quote, inappropriate communications between a coach and students.
Our Sarah Carlson is here with the new information. Sarah?
Hi, Susan and Eric. The Mount Horeb superintendent, Dr. Steve Salerno, is confirming with News 3 now that the track and field coach no longer works for the school district. Yesterday, the superintendent and the chief of police sent out a joint statement saying an investigation is underway. They say it's too early to provide more details about the context of the reported communications. At the time we received that news, we were only told preventative measures were put in place to keep the coach away from the district property. This is the first confirmation we have that he has been fired. Salerno said that he will not be giving any additional comments at this time. Now, based on the information that we have so far, we are expecting more updates, and we'll work to bring you those as soon as possible. Susan and Eric.
All right, Sarah, thank you. Let's turn now to your first one forecast. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington is here as we try to inch closer to that 30-degree mark. Alex?
Are you ready for it? How about it? Here it comes. 33 by the time we get to Thursday, 36 on Friday. I'll step out of the way here. That little 26 on Saturday is actually close to normal for this time of year. And then guess what? 30s for all of next week. So if you want 30-degree weather, go feel free to comment on meteorologist Alex Harrington's Facebook profile. I would love to hear your thoughts on temperatures in the 30s, although I have a sneaking suspicion I know some of those answers. Tonight, though, not very warm. Temperatures will be cold for one more night. We'll dip down into the single digits above zero. Could get a couple of places below zero. Part of the reason for that, partly cloudy skies, heat goes out to space, and also that snowpack still out there doesn't help out with keeping temperatures warm during the nighttime. As we head into Wednesday, though, we rebound into the mid-20s, closing in on normal, which is in the upper 20s. So that 28-degree temperature, that is the average high temperature for this time of year. Now, we've dipped down already to 17 in Madison, 19 in Watertown, 17 in Juneau, and that's because we have those clear skies out there. Low 20s in far southwest Wisconsin. 17 and 18s from Madison, Airport, and areas to the east, and right around 20 in the west side of Dane County. Tomorrow, a sunny day, but when will the clouds fill on in? We know we're going to get in the 30s. Could we have some snow? The answer coming up.
Alex, thank you. The list of exposure locations related to Dane County's first measles case of the year is growing. This afternoon, public health officials provided 2 new locations. Monday, January 26, multiple Madison Metro routes were potentially impacted from about 4 to 9 at night. On Wednesday, the 28th, multiple Metro routes may have been affected from about 10 in the morning to 3:10 in the afternoon. The other location, Unity Point Health Mariners Emergency Department, on Saturday the 31st. That was 10:20 a.m. to 12:30. And you can find more specifics and a complete list of exposure locations at a link we have posted at channel3000.com.
Next at 5, we're following up on Monday's report on a string of car break-ins in eastern Dane County.
And News 3 Now's Jalen Banks is back, joining us with what authorities are saying now. Jalen?
Eric and Susan, Monday morning, the Dane County Sheriff's Office was bombarded with calls in eastern Dane County, in particular in Cambridge and Deerfield. The first call came in before 5 a.m. Authorities would receive a call about a stolen vehicle in the town of Christiana, which was from Madison. From then until just after 10 a.m., the Dane County Sheriff's Office would receive reports of break-ins to 2 homes and break-ins and damage to at least 7 vehicles. The Sheriff's Office says this is rare for eastern Dane County. I had the chance to catch up with a Cambridge resident of 25 years, and they say Monday's incidents hit pretty close to home.
It was very unsettling, of course. Our hearts go out to the people that were impacted. In fact, the home that was broken into is just a couple doors down on where I live. So I know those folks, and yeah, it's pretty disturbing.
Additionally, Jefferson County received 40 calls of their own Monday morning for car break-ins as well as home break-ins. Both departments believe the incidents are related. Tonight at 6, we'll hear from the Dane County Sheriff's Office on what's next in the investigation.
All right, Jalen, thank you. The town and city of Beloit are officially considering consolidating fire and EMS services. Monday night, the town's Board of Supervisors and the City Council both approved a proposal to explore consolidation. The municipalities say consolidation would help relieve financial and staffing issues that both communities are dealing with. Now, under a new non-binding agreement, the city and town will take the next 6 months to evaluate what consolidation would look like. That would include reviewing operational models, staffing and equipment, as well as ways to ensure equal governance.
This fall, UW-Whitewater students will be able to pursue a Bachelor of Science degree in artificial intelligence. The school is among the early adopters within the system of 13 schools to offer a dedicated AI major. Universities of Wisconsin President Jay Rothman says his view is that AI will enhance students and researchers' abilities to tackle the work they already do.
And I think that's where we see its application. It's in those things that are repetitive, that are rote, that we can now automate and get answers faster and more productively, which allow our human beings who are working either as students or as researchers or as administrators do more with the time that they have.
UW-Whitewater says the major will prepare students to enter high-demand fields like data science, information security analysis, AI engineering, and machine learning development.
Wisconsin is celebrating 100 years of Black history at the state capitol.
The Black Legislative Caucus hosted a kickoff event today, and our Tanasia Shaw is covering how elected officials are honoring Black History Month.
These drums are rooted in soul and history. Madison students from One City School performed at the Capitol to celebrate 100 years of Black history with the Legislative Black Caucus.
It gives me like the determination to try new things and pretty much just be the best version of myself, because if they're able to do it, I'm able to do it.
Elected officials hope that this event will honor Black history, like the music that you're hearing behind me, and by paving the way for the next 100 years.
While it is 100 years and we have made tremendous gaps, I still see ways of improvement and growth that we need to do, but I'm celebrating the here and the now for 100 years because we stand on the shoulders of great individuals who paved the way for me to even be allowed to stay here or be elected.
Black history is like people who look like me achieving things that I might be able to achieve one day. So it makes me really proud to be who I am and what I look like.
Reporting in Madison, Tanasia Shaw, News 3 Now.
Tanasia, thank you. And we'll have more from the event during our newscast tonight at 6.
Happening now, in-person absentee voting is underway for the February 17th spring primary election. People in Madison can vote at any absentee voting location. You'll need to show an ID to get your ballot. Through the Friday before Election Day, you can register with your proof of address at any absentee voting location. A full list of those locations is posted on the City of Madison website. In-person absentee voting ends the Sunday before the election.
Well, here's a question for you. How much time do you think your kids should have at school for recess? According to a bill moving through the state capitol, the answer should be an hour.
News 3 Now political reporter Ellie LaLiberte introduces us to two Madison moms lobbying for more recess time for students.
We want to foster curiosity in kids.
In Victoria Carey's house, play is a big deal.
That's one of our family values.
So when she found out her first grader was getting 30 minutes of recess,
I thought that's not enough. And I realized it wasn't a district policy, it wasn't a school policy, it was the state policy.
Under current Wisconsin law, schools are required to provide a certain amount of instructional time a year. And right now, only up to 30 minutes a day of recess can count towards that instructional time. But this bill looks to double that for kindergarten through 6th grade.
Our goal is to get 60 minutes of unstructured outdoor recess in Wisconsin schools.
Madison moms Allison Grigg and Victoria Carey co-founded the Wisconsin chapter of Say Yes to Recess.
We've had numerous talks with DPI, superintendent's office at MMSD.
One of those conversations was with Madison Associate Superintendent Deborah Hoffman.
I am in full support of active play for children.
But she says there's more to consider.
For example, we teach 75 minutes of math a day in our schools at the elementary level. required is 60 minutes. And so that could be cut down, but we have to weigh the pros and cons of having a shorter math class.
The legislation would also require that students cannot use electronics during recess and prohibit schools from taking away recess as punishment.
This is part of our efforts to help with mental health. This is part of our efforts to create a community and a part of our efforts to educate them.
Reporting in Madison, Ellie La Liberté, News 3 Now.
Ellie, thank you. Now, both the Senate and Assembly versions of the bill have been referred to their respective committees, but have not yet been heard.
Lawmakers are expected to break for the session by March.
Up next at 5, what's next for members of Congress after the president signed a bill to temporarily fund the Department of Homeland Security and end the government shutdown?
And Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington returns with a full picture of this week's forecast. Oh, that's a frosty scene. The sun is setting on this Tuesday afternoon when we could see some 30-degree weather.
Later, News 3 Now honoring Black History Month by highlighting the history and accomplishments of the greater Madison area's Black community. Our Kyrian Lee tells us how one local organization turned a man's life around. Red
numbers on Wall Street today. The Dow falls more than 166 points. The big hit came to the NASDAQ, down 337. The S&P 500 loses almost 59. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5, moving forward.
Welcome back. The partial government shutdown is over. President Trump signing the bill the House sent to his desk within the last few hours.
Lawmakers came to a deal to extend funding while only temporarily doing so for the Department of Homeland Security. Over the next 2 weeks now, Democrats will negotiate with Republicans for reforms to the Trump administration's federal immigration operations. Some of the reforms Democrats want to see include the removal of agents' masks, an end to those roving patrols, and the requirement of warrants for searches and arrests. But lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are skeptical they'll be able to come to a deal before the 2 weeks are up.
Well, turning now to the weather, Alex Harrington is here with a complete look at the forecast. We're in the 20s today, but we're closing in on 30 degrees, right, Alex?
How about that? We finally made it from 4 below zero for a high temperature on January 23rd. And now here we are into the 20s. We've got 30s in the forecast, a lot of 30s over the course of the next 10 days. So get ready if you want the 30s. It's on the way, and it's going to be sticking around for a while. We'll be showing you all the reasons why in just a moment here. Tonight, no 30s tonight. We'll have temperatures around 3 in Madison and perhaps as cold as a little bit below zero, especially for areas north and east of Madison. One more cold night, then our temperatures will be in the mid-20s on Wednesday. A few passing clouds, but a beautiful day overall. Mid-20s for early February. That's not too bad. Temperatures are dropping now because the clouds above, we don't have any out there. There are few and far between. That allows heat to escape and go out to space. If you want to call 17 heat, but that's the thermodynamics. That's what's happening out there, is that radiation's going out to space and the temperatures go down. We got 17 in Madison, 20 to the west in the west part of Dane County. And as we plan our Wednesday, and this is really for all of southern Wisconsin, rather gorgeous day. Blue skies, temperatures in the 20s. I think many of us are going to enjoy that, and I'm sure there'll be one or two of those Wisconsinites in the area sporting the shorts tomorrow as well. Then we change our attention to the snow as we go into Thursday, going into Thursday night. Let's track that weather system. This is getting you ahead of that weather system. Thursday morning, a batch of snow. Thursday night, a batch of snow. Could see a little bit of mix of some rain as well. Let's track it together because it's areas from Eau Claire down to Madison, down towards, let's say, Janesville that stand the best chance north and east of I-39 for that morning batch of snow Thursday morning. Not expecting significant accumulations. And then another quick batch of snow Thursday night going on into Friday morning. Even a little green there in Madison, Janesville over towards Milwaukee. A couple raindrops can't be ruled out. And then just a fleeting flurry or a raindrop as we go into Friday afternoon. At 6, I'll give you an indication how much snow we can expect with those two batches of snow on Thursday. Then we got temperatures in the 30s on Friday as we head into Saturday, dipping down to 26 briefly, then back into the 30s, and then mid-30s much of next week, even the middle and latter part of next week staying mild with a mix of rain and snow, as some indications that the weather pattern will turn more active next week. Let's recap here. So look at the picture on the left. That gives you an idea of what we're up against. Perhaps some pretty sunrises and sunsets, but melting of that snow, although we could add just a touch of it Thursday morning, and then again Thursday night as temperatures climb into the 30s. No alert days are expected anytime soon. And a viewer photo here. This is from Rio. Thanks, Becky. Pretty impressive, showing this illumination of lights through the ice sculptures here. You can scan that QR code just like Becky did to link your weather photos up to our library of weather photos that we like to show here in southern Wisconsin to show the weather that's going on in southern Wisconsin. Again, coming up at 6, how much snow accumulation can you expect on Thursday going into Thursday night? And then a heads up on where will our temperatures go in terms of above normal or below normal as we head out into the middle of February. You won't want to miss that at 6.
All right, Alex, thank you. In health news, just a little more than half of U.S. adults who could benefit from taking cholesterol medication are actually taking it. 25 million people 20 or older in the U.S. have high cholesterol, and about 86 million in that age group have levels classified as borderline high. But since high cholesterol often doesn't come with any symptoms, many are unaware they even have the condition, and that can lead to issues down the road. It's why doctors say you should make sure you know your numbers.
High levels of the cholesterol, especially the LDL cholesterol, is associated with developing plaque or blockages in your heart arteries or in your neck arteries, which can result in strokes.
There are other options that people should know about too, since not everyone can take the typical treatment to lower cholesterol. Experts say you should talk to your doctor about those alternatives and all potential options instead of opting not to do anything at all.
A common treatment for menopause symptoms is getting harder to find. Manufacturing issues, brand discontinuations, and rising demand are causing a shortage of estrogen patches. And on top of that, the FDA removed a warning label on the product last fall, and that's led to an increase in prescriptions. Some women are now driving miles to find the patches in stock. Others are shelling out hundreds of dollars a month to switch to their brands that their insurance won't even cover.
Well, up next at 5, the story of a man who got a second chance thanks to his hard work and a program offered by the Black Men Coalition of Dane County.
Welcome back. News 3 Now is celebrating Black History tonight. We're highlighting a Madison nonprofit breaking down barriers to education and opportunity while also helping justice-involved individuals get a fresh start.
News 3 Now's Kyrion Lee shows us how a partnership is bringing Ivy League learning to Dane County at no cost.
For Jordan Richmond, the lens of the future once felt out of focus. He spent just over 6 months in the Dane County Jail, a time that could have held him back. Instead, it became a turning point.
I saw that on the little tablets they gave you that there was a Cornell certificate available, and that looked like a light at the end of my tunnel.
That light, powered by the Black Men Coalition of Dane County. Since 2024, BMC has partnered with Cornell University's online platform, eCornell, to offer high-level professional certificates in fields such as AI, finance, and nutrition to residents of Dane County, including those inside the county jail.
There's not really an opportunity for that higher education at an affordable cost or at no cost to individuals who are looking to advance their career or maybe switch into a different career and expand their knowledge base. And then if the selection committee deems them as appropriate for the class, then we do provide a scholarship for them so that it is at no cost.
Jordan was selected for a scholarship for the Frontline Skills Certificate program. But the journey took a turn when he was released mid-class.
Getting back into the world, looking for another job, and getting living situation going and still doing the class was a bit of a challenge. But BMC definitely believed in me, and they were on me about it, and I finished the class with 100%.
Now, Jordan's success, along with many others, is the blueprint for a massive expansion. Thanks to a recent $700,000 gift from Ascendium Education Group and support from philanthropist Diane Ballweg, BMC is securing this program for the next 3 years. This new phase allows BMC to push even further into the jail system, aiming to break the cycle of recidivism.
All of our programs are designed to advance equity for everyone in Dane County. They are holistic and create wellness for every part of the individual. So that is through making sure that you can find housing that is affordable and meets your needs, making sure that you can get connected to a job that pays you well.
Today, Jordan is focusing his lens on a new chapter, working a job, aiming to relaunch his photography business, and signing up for his next class.
I would say that you are worthy of it. You are worthy of success, and you are worthy of believing in yourself.
Reporting in Madison, Kyrian Lee, News 3 Now.
Kyrian, thank you. BMC's broader eCornell initiative has already reached more than 160 learners, and it is showing success in jail.
And if you or someone you know is interested, you can find the qualifications for the scholarship and a link to the application at the link at this story on our website, channel3000.com.
The first round of voting for this year's Madison Magazine's Best of Madison is now underway through the entire month of February. You can nominate any person, place, or activity to do in a wide variety of categories.
Now, this round is write-in only. You can only vote once per day in each category per valid email address. You can also buy tickets to the Best of Business Luncheon through our website, channel3000.com.
A final check on the weather when we come back.
Coming up next hour on News 3 Now at 6, Time for Kids. An expert from SSM Health shares tips to get your kids in the habit of doing things that are good for their heart health early in life. That's in the next 30 minutes on News 3 Now at 6.
2 local rescue dogs are representing Wisconsin in the Puppy Bowl this year. Avro and Anson, I love the ears, are the only dogs from the Badger State selected to participate in this year's event. Underdog Pet Rescue is hosting a watch party at its warehouse on South Stoughton Road. The family-friendly event will include a brat fry and games, and you might even get to meet Avro and Anson, since the Puppy Bowl was pre-taped.
It just looks like mayhem, doesn't it?
the
Puppy
best part
Bowl.
of the Super Bowl weekend.
It is. Alex is back. A final check of the forecast.
Yeah, good stuff. If you want temperatures in the 30s, I got temperatures in the 30s for you. A little bit of snow Thursday going into Thursday night. At 6, I'll show you how much we could accumulate out of that weather system. And also a heads up going all the way into February. How long will this warm weather stick around? The answer is at 6.
Like those temps. All right. Thank you, Alex. And thanks for watching tonight at 5, everybody.
We'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. You can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000 Plus. CBS Evening News is next. We're back in 30 minutes.